Gilbert Arenas. We love Mojo. We do love Mojo around here. Exactly, July. All right, Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert. What do you have to say, my boy? Hold on. We're gonna speed this up a little bit. Just a little bit, and we're gonna see what he has to say. So he has been on a roll when it comes to his Spurs takes. All right, he usually has pretty bad ones, or he used to. Okay, I won't say he used to, but now he has been pretty doggone good. But you never know what's gonna come from his mouth. Okay, but usually when I've noticed this, usually when it's something negative, he's kind of trolling, or we're just like catching strays for no reason. But overall, he's been pretty good with his Spurs takes. So let's see what he has to say about Wemby. It says Gilbert Arenas says Wemby can own the NBA. I'm very interested in what he has to say. We'll see if we go through this whole video. I don't know. What the heck is this? Let's see.
Chance to see Wemby actually now play NBA.
It's 3 weeks ago, by the way.
Game, all the hype, everything we talked about. What did Wemby show you in his NBA debut?
Same thing he showed us in preseason, that he can play. Right, Kenyon said it.
This is a game against the Dallas Mavericks, I'm assuming.
Right, that excitement was going to get him in foul trouble. I'm thinking, how he going to get in foul trouble because he's so low?
Yep.
5-piece.
He was on the bench majority of the game because of foul trouble. And, that's just, I guess you can't turn off that excitement. And that's basically why his stats.
Okay, I know we're going back in time a little bit, but that was BS. All right, he shouldn't have got that many fouls. That was crazy.
This wasn't the way they were. But, that fourth quarter showing that he can, dominate a quarter. I mean, 9. I mean, if he, was it 5 and 9? What did he have? Like, he had 9 in the fourth. But if he was in the game throughout that game, he would have had
maybe close to a 20-piece. Good for the league? No,
I mean, I feel like if there's going to play him like that and the outcome's going to be a loss, just play the man and let him foul out. Because he loses his rhythm when you're trying to avoid the foul trouble. He's a rookie. Like, when we were rookies, they didn't give a fuck about whether or not we fouled out or not. It's like, let him play. You know what I'm saying? The first 3 games at least, let him get his rhythm so he knows what he can and can't do. Even when it comes to fouling, they pulled him after 1 foul, 6 minutes to go. And I felt like that was a rhythm stealer.
Yeah.
And
No, we're trying to win we were trying to win the game. I mean, I know we're going back in time here, but like, no, what?
And
in the first quarter?
In the first quarter. So it's like now he goes back to trying to figure out what his rhythm's going to be when he goes back in. Then he picks up the second.
No.
Now he's back to the bench. And now I knew it was fucking with his head at that point. So
It wasn't. He was fine. That was the impressive part, because when he got back in the game in the fourth, he was like, bang, 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 bang. He didn't lose any type of rhythm. Did we watch the same game? I know this is a long time ago, okay? I know this is ancient history, okay? Because, I mean, the Spurs have been losing a lot of games lately. I know this is ancient history, but, like, hello? Do we watch the same game? I recall this game. I've seen every single game, apart from one of these games because I had allergies and then I missed the second half of it. But yeah.
Figure out when he's going to go back in. And then I'm just, the fouls that he was getting is he's big, he's lanky, he's going to get some fouls, but I think it had a lot to do with his rhythm, trying to figure out what he was going to do, how he was going to play, how he was going to adjust. And I think that if Pop would just let him play, let him get his fouls, let him get it, because they played like they didn't need him out there. They played together like it was a team, and it was like, Victor, if he on the floor, he not. We know what we gonna do. So it's like, if y'all gonna play like that, let's let him play. Let him play, let him foul out. Let him learn.
That's silly. Let's see, serious question. When they talked about Tim, Tony, and Manu coming in to mentor Wemby, are they also helping out the other new guys? Like Tony talking to Sohan on playing point guard? Well, I'll say this, because David Robinson as well gonna be a mentor. I'll say this. I can't speak for Timmy necessarily. I know Timmy, when he comes in, he's helping the big man quite a bit. Like, he helped LA. He was a mentor to him, so he'll help out Wemby. As far as Tony is concerned, maybe we're gonna hold on. You hold that thought. We're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about that after this video. I'll give you my thoughts on it.
Better stop fucking fouling, young fella.
Yeah. I don't know. I was kind of annoyed with the refs because I was like, okay, like, this is a big game. This is a big moment. Maybe one or two of those fouls they could have just let go.
Yep.
But again, he kind of looked like a baby giraffe, like trying to figure it out there. He's a little clumsy, but still graceful because it's a fucking giraffe. So it's like
giraffe.
running around and stuff. It's still amazing to watch. So I mean, it was fun. But that Spurs team, like they played well together last season. They didn't get a lot of wins, but I mean, I was on Twitter last night and people were like, "Oh, this Spurs team's kind of good." I'm like, "Yeah, like they just are never on television, so no one ever got to see."
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, I didn't know not one player.
Not one player.
So
One player, just Wemby.
yeah, just Wemby. And then he was on the bench. So they was all like, all right, we got all these. I mean, that's why they played.
I'm not even gonna get mad that they didn't know any of the players. I mean, I guess if I look at it in the perspective of like all these other teams, I could probably name at least maybe a couple players on their team, but like, I don't know. Usually I don't keep up with as many teams as the Spurs.
like that. They're
I
like, we got
should though. I should change that.
all these eyes on us finally.
Damn.
We gonna hoop.
Johnson can play. Vassell can play. Shohan, is that his name?
Sochan.
Shochan.
So,
That's not the hair, right?
He wear the Zohan.
He got,
Yeah. They remind me of OKC.
No one corrected
You know what I'm
them.
saying? How they move and how they slash. They hit open shots. And what was it Jones? Was it Trey Jones, number 33?
Yeah.
He played out his mind. I like the way
got
he
me my
plays.
6 assists.
Yeah, I like the way he plays. So Victor just got to figure out how he fit.
Yeah, Wemby betrayed me. 22.5 points, rebounding assists. He finished with 22.
Is this
I
all?
don't
This is
blame
a
him.
22.
Is this all this is? I don't want to go over the first half. You see, let's jump to Gilbert talking here.
Across the board, it was horrible. All games, right? All games. Your star players across the board did not have great showings.
Right.
Right? They're still in preseason mode.
Okay.
And for him, we have to still let him play and see what we have, right? You know, we go into the concept of this is how we want to play, and then once it gets out there, let us see how it looks. Then from there, as good coaches, then you start adjusting.
But
Going
the
on-
moment he got picked, we supposed to be in the locker room like, hey, we running these plays for this guy.
I mean-
we picking
can
these
say
players to
that.
be centered around him.
That's
Draft
sounds good
day.
against Europeans. We got to see.
Is he saying it? Is he genuinely saying, dude, don't spam in the chat, please. Love of God, Jesus. Oh my God, please. Can you please not, don't spam in the chat. I know you're trying to like be edgy or whatever and trying to get me mad. I'm not getting mad about it, okay? I know you're trolling, but like, don't spam in the chat. I don't want to have to ban you for, X amount of time. But yeah, like he's basically saying that the Spurs should have got Wemby and then immediately started building around. That's so crazy. That makes no sense, especially when you're still trying to figure out what type of player he is. That makes no sense.
See what he do against how is teams matching up? Are they putting guards on him? Are they putting bigs on him?
Right.
Like we have to see how it goes because it's now a game plan. It's gonna be a game plan from him.
But we
And then
know-
you're just adjusting game by game.
We know Pop to be a systematic coach, right? The Spurs never changed their offense. They did everything the same way every game. They never changed for teams that made us change for them, right? So that's why I was looking for Pop to put him in Tim Duncan positions where, regardless of who guarding this nigga, it's coming
Oh, by
through
the way, he's a
Wemby in the
Popovich.
post,
He's a
or Wemby
Popovich hater. By the way, maybe that's why he's doing this. He is a Popovich hater.
Get the pick and roll. We know he gonna get these shots.
But he's not Tim Duncan.
I know.
So you can't put him in Tim Duncan's spot
Why not?
because he's not Tim Duncan.
But it's the size. The size. It's like.
And Tim Duncan was very he's the size. That's so ridiculous. Like overall, the problem is a lot of players. Like if you're talking about LeBron, if you're talking about Tim Duncan, they have very defining skills, right? Like they have a very defining skill set. Also, Duncan coming into the league, he was 21 years old. Maybe you can do this with a LeBron. Like it's pretty obvious that, LeBron James, that's how you could build around him. You give him some shooters, some good defenders, boom, you got a good team, right? Because he's LeBron James. And then Tim Duncan, kind of the same thing. You put him in his spots. He's a post playing ridiculous, the greatest power forward of all time, whatever, Mr. Fundamental. Like, yes, that makes sense. And he has very defining skills. Wemby, he has 50 million skills. You don't know what he's going to be the most comfortable with. You don't necessarily know what you're going to be getting 100% of the time. So you have to sit back and actually watch and then start honing in on those things that, when you look at the numbers, you look at the statistics, this is what you're most efficient at. Maybe we should start doing more of this right now, because he doesn't have those same defining skills as other upcoming superstars or greats had, going into the league. He's not necessarily as easy to find out. So that's an asinine statement to say you should just build around him. You can't build around a player that's still trying to figure out his own game. What do you do? Like, how do you build around Wemby right now? I have no idea. I don't think Wemby knows yet, and I don't think the Spurs know. So, I don't know.
A template. It's a template of Tim Duncan. If once he develops enough, we can try the Tim Duncan formula. But until then, we're gonna use this template to see how he adjusts to it.
But we already know it's going to be a fail if he's never been a post player.
Right.
Tim Duncan was a post player.
Right.
That was his bread and butter. So that's just like saying, all right, when Tim comes in the league, play him like
right.
this.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
He has a
You're right.
defining,
So,
he had a
right now-
defining skill set. Yeah.
Now he's more guard-like. So, I would try to play him like AI.
Wow.
Forward cards, zipper across, zipper
yeah.
ball, and see what they do.
Real shit.
Like zip him like point guard, and he's
Especially
on
if
the wing.
he has a post on him,
Yeah.
because the way posts navigate any type of screen is
Ridiculous. Most players don't
They
know
would
how to
get
get through
a
screen.
zipper screen. Man, speaking of-
Hawk cut down.
Hawk cut down, hawk back screen,
Yeah.
and flare
Yes.
off. And see what your big man do. Your big man's nature is do what? Protect the rim. Now he's sitting there popping, going this way. They wouldn't know what to
That's
do.
what I mean by that. That's what I
It's
mean by
gotta
putting him
run
in those positions where he can get the ball, catch and shoot while there's no set defense. Right? He actually is getting the ball in scoring position. He's not doing it where like their offense now is when he catch, he got to make
I'm
something happen.
skipping.
Moment was last night. So this is the first experience he gets of a real NBA scenario. So now he has to adjust game by. I mean, but that's right. Like he's a rookie, right? What NBA player who's been playing 3-4 years is going to say, all right, we're going to
Here
give
you
you
go.
the ball at the end of the game? It's what do you know? You don't know nothing, right? You getting off, thank you, but now it's time for the big boys to do what the big boys do,
Yeah.
right? And that's just the way it is. Like you have to earn that right to get the ball at the end of the game. You have to earn it. This is not something, I don't give a fuck how many plays the coach draws.
I don't know about that. But yeah, good stuff. Great stuff. Gilbert Arenas, once again, being the man of reason here, making the most sense. I don't know what's going on. Gilbert Arenas, he been cooking lately, guys. I don't know. I love his Wemby takes, and I have to watch more of them. But really good stuff. Great stuff. Just wanted to go over that. And I don't really disagree with much of what Gilbert said. I definitely disagree with the other one. So good stuff. Great stuff.